Arroz con pollo.
Hi everyone, I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Johanna Simmerman, I'm the president of NWB. So I'd first like to start off by introducing some of the board members. My vice president is Christian. Christian, can you wave? Treasurer is Alana. Hi. And our secretary is Elizabeth. And if you are a general board member, can you stand to recognize?
You can probably introduce yourselves.
Yeah, go for it. So Michael, why don't you go ahead and start?
Hey guys, my name is Michael. I'm a quarter two now. I am the community outreach chair, and I'm glad you're all here.
Woo.
Hey guys, I'm Will. I'm the cultural relations chair. I'm quarter two, same with him.
I'm Emmy, I'm a quarter five, and I'm one of the trip coordinators.
I'm Kelly, I'm quarter five, and I'm donations chair.
I'm Rebecca, I'm quarter five, I'm the trip coordinator. I'm Tanya, I'm a quarter two, and I'm the missionary chair.
I'm Cyril, not sure what quarter I am, but I am public relations.
Great, thank you. So the purpose of this meeting is that I wanted to do a general overview of all that NWB has to offer and some recent new developments and policy changes that we've made with the new year. So I'm sure if you're all here, you know that NWB is a global health organization that believes that healthcare is a human right and that we should provide healthcare to communities in need. So we facilitate clinics in different locations in order to facilitate that. So I'm just going to go over some of the opportunities we have for NWB. We have 4 trips that we offer. 2 are NWB clinics and 2 are trips that we help facilitate with different organizations. So probably the one we're best known for is an SCNM Rocky Point, Mexico clinic. We go down to Mexico approximately every 4 weeks and run a 1-day clinic over the weekend. It's completely staffed by students and translators and overseen by volunteer doctors. To apply to be on this trip, an email is sent out to the student body. It's an online application process. The size of a trip is determined on the number of doctors we have and the number of primaries are, so it's not a consistent size of like we have 40 or 30 or 20 people going. It's totally dependent on the number of doctors we have available. It's open to all students regardless of year. First and second years are considered secondaries. They can also do triage, which is doing vitals and intake interviews. Also, they can work in the medicinary, and then they can secondary, which means that they're essentially shadowing and assisting the primary students, which are third and fourth years. As a third and fourth year, you have the opportunity to be a primary student that is treating patients under the supervision of a physician. This is a great opportunity no matter what quarter you are to get great exposure and great experience hands-on. You can see patients as a primary here before you can see them as primaries in our clinic, so it's a great experience for any level. The cost of the trips is $50 trip fee, $15 for drivers, that's a discounted fee. Before, we used to offer a $45 trip fee that was a discounted fee for members, but we've actually had to do a trip analysis, and so it's just a flat $50 now, so that is a change. Food expenses and hotel are not included in the $50 fee, so our hotel expenses are usually about $25, and we usually tell people to budget about $25 for food. So that comes out to about $100 per trip if you're not driving. All right, so another opportunity that we have is our Haiti clinic trip. This is actually a global clinic site, and we actually have Dr. Sean Hessler, who is the executive director of NWB Global, who's going to be speaking about the Haiti clinic. You can go for 1 or 2 weeks over the April break coming up. They're still accepting applications until the 20th of this month. The cost is approximately $650 per week, which includes your room and your board, but it does not include your flight, and flights vary depending on which flights you have or whether you fly into the Dominican Republic or fly directly into Haiti. So I'll allow Dr. Sean to come up here and tell you a little bit about that opportunity.
So we are currently accepting volunteers through the 20th, as Johanna said. And this is a really great experience because this is a clinic and health education experience run by NDs in a developing country. We've been doing this for 3 years, and you get a mix of experiences. The clinic is similar to Rocky Point, I would say. I think the students would probably agree. So it's very hands-on. You will work directly with patients through a translator, and you will get to learn some really core naturopathic therapies making big changes in people's lives. We've recently increased the health education focus, and Kelsey's not here, but Bryce was one of the guinea pigs for that. And so we have, I think, a pretty unique take on how to do health education in terms of going into a community, asking what they want to know, giving them some information, bringing it back into a framework that you can teach them. We help teach kids songs and hands-on things to help them remember and adopt. We also teach teachers, and then they teach us in turn how to teach better. So I think a really amazing experience. I'm going back on Monday for 3 months, so anytime you want to come down in that time, you have 2 weeks of break. Your first week is shared with SCNM and Bastyr and maybe Boucher. I get them all mixed up. And there will actually be a research class held that first week. So this is a really good time to sign up and get in there soon. And I'm not exactly sure who the second ND will be. I'll supervise, but we'll pick someone really good for you. So if you have any questions, send me an email or just talk to me right after the talk. Anything else you want me to
Does anyone have any
discuss?
questions about the Haiti clinic or the trip?
Quarter ones, we'll definitely have you doing health education. You're learning vitals like this week, yeah. So you'll have some vitals experience by then. Hopefully you'll have been down to Rocky Point by then. It can be even more useful. You'll be doing vitals. You'll be sitting in. Even though you haven't had a significant amount of clinical information yet, you will learn a ton. You will learn more clinical information on 1 week of this trip than you will your whole quarter. That I can guarantee. And we'll see from there. There are other projects and other sites to see as well. So it's as much you doing as it is you learning. It's a really great learning experience. But don't think you're going to save the country going down there for a week. Just for any heroes out there. Who's next?
I'll just ask about flights. What's it like a range, would you say?
Right now, it's a little over 500 round trip into Santiago in the DR. Count on $100 for the bus. So you get to actually experience 2 countries. And if you want, and you plan it right, you can have more of a Dominican experience on either side of your trip. It's another 100 for the bus, and then, you got to take a taxi to the bus station. You might have to stay overnight depending on what time you fly in. So around $650 right now. Not bad. If you fly straight into Cap through IBC, it's significantly more expensive, but it's also a lot more convenient. So. Thought there was another hand. Maybe I'm delusional.
What part of it?
Sorry?
What part of it?
Cap-Haitien. And the surrounding areas. We pretty much go from Vaudreuil all the way into Cap, and we'll also be touring some areas all the way to Limonade. Get to tour Soil, which is a composting toilet site. It kind of solves the sanitation problem and also creates very nutritious soil that increases the yield on Haitian peanuts. So that's one place. We may get to tour the peanut butter factory, and we'll see, maybe probably Haiti Hospital Appeal. We'll have some shade houses built by the time you get there. We should have the garden pool built by the time you get to Haiti, which would be really cool. Emmy and Calorie did that. Well, I'll be around, and you can email me, and we have plenty of students who've been before who can tell you more about the experience. So thanks for coming. Thank you.
Our next trip opportunity that we have is to the Philippines. This is a midwifery focused trip. So it really focuses on prenatal, maternity, birth, and postnatal care. So this is a 2-week trip. It's organized through an organization called Mercy in Action, which is a nonprofit midwifery organization. The trip is approximately 12 days long, and it's very structured. So unlike Haiti, where you go and there isn't like an itinerary that's given to you before you go, this trip is like you have a schedule. So the first week is essentially preparedness training. So you're learning maternal and child health, and then also disaster preparedness, essentially in the third world, training the first week. The second week, you actually can volunteer at the birth center, and this is one of the students, Stephanie Warder, actually assisted in that birth, and that's a child. And also they have community outreach programs. So I think last year they assisted in building and cleaning up some wells so that a village had clean drinking water. So there is kind of a side project with that. The cost is approximately $4,000. That includes room, some food. I think about 50% of your meals are covered, if I am correct, and then your airfare. So this is a more expensive trip, but a lot of it is getting over to the country. I believe $2,000 of that is actually getting into the Philippines. They are going over the July break. If you're interested, you can still apply for this. You contact Stephanie Werner at SCNM.edu. And they are also having a trip meeting on the 22nd of this month in room 1 during lunch. So if you want more information about this trip and want to get on it in July, you can go to that as well. The fourth trip that we offer is a Philippines trip. It's usually a 2-week trip, but I believe that you can go for 1 week if you want. This is over the April break this year, at the same time that we have the trip for Haiti, so you'd have to choose. You volunteer with a local doctor that serves Burmese refugees that are located in the hill tribes in northern Thailand. So you can see these pictures here. They are essentially treating patients in these like hut open structures, and every couple days they move to a different village, so you're treating a different population. So that's a really unique experience. Also, another unique thing about this trip is there's a lot of language barriers. Unlike some of our other trips, translators aren't often readily available in these rural areas, so they have to treat using a lot of body language and hand movement and try to communicate with their patients and provide care. Also, they do a lot of acupuncture and IV therapy on these trips. So, and if you're interested in that, there's still space available. You can contact Ren. There's his email, and then you want to CC Christine on that email. So next, I'm going to let our treasurer, Elena, tell you about our new scholarship.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. We were actually able to offer, like it says, a scholarship to Rocky Point. This is the first time we've ever been able to do this, and I understand that it can be a little bit expensive, sometimes $50 to shell out. I mean, not a lot of people have that in their budget, and we have decided to open up a scholarship this year. The applications are going to be open from February 12th to the 19th. This is open to all NWB members. There's a bunch of questions you're going to need to answer, so answer them as best you can. We don't want super long essays, but we want to get a good feeling for why you deserve the scholarship and your passion for global health. Yeah, so like it's $50 is the trip fees. It doesn't include your food and your hotel, so you will have to cover that. But yeah, so if cost is an issue for you, please do apply for the scholarship. You can get this once per year. And we are going to be choosing one semester. So that's actually going to be 3 per year because we're doing one over the summer quarter. But yeah, so I guess make sure to apply for that. Why not sign up and apply if you can get a free trip, right? So
it's going to be an online application, just like when you're signing up for the Rocky Point trip. It's going to be emailed out in a link, and the link is only going to be live for a week, and then it goes down after the week. And it's the executive board, the four of us, that deliberate and review the applications and then make a final decision on who to award the scholarship to that semester. So we hope a lot of you apply, take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, please do. All right. The next thing we'd like to talk to you about is about membership. So you've heard about all the great opportunities and trips that we offer, but now this is how you get involved and become a member so you can take advantage of all this.
A big change this year is that you now have to be a member, an official NWB member, to apply and be accepted on a Rocky Point trip. So pay attention to this slide, right? You want to be a member. Another benefit is you get 15% off of all NWB apparel. We have really cool shirts and sweatshirts. You get voting rights at the end of the year. In November or December, we'll vote again for our new executive board. You'll be eligible to vote for those positions or to run for a position. So how do you become a member? The easiest way is to come to meetings. So if you came to today's meeting and you signed on the sign-up sheet that's going around somewhere, make sure you sign that piece of paper and give me your quarter number, and I will make a note of that. And once you've come to 2 meetings each quarter, you'll be a member for that quarter, and then you have to start over the following quarter. Another way is to pay $10 that will cover your membership status for the entire year. And if you want to do that today, you can talk to Alana. She'll take your $10 and you'll be an official member all year, so you won't have to keep track of meetings quarterly. Or the third way to become a member is to volunteer for 2 hours at a fundraising event. And the next one coming up, I think, is the gala. That counts, right? So if you talk to us and want to volunteer at the gala to help with whatever they need help with for at least 2 hours, we will give you NWB membership for helping us out with that. So if you have any questions about membership, sorry?
This 2 hours at storage unit also.
Right, so from time to time the storage unit needs cleaning and organizing, and we have, how many of those do we have a year? Is it pretty often?
It'll depend. Kelly will send out.
Yeah. There's going to be like email blasts, hoping at least 1 a quarter. We're probably going to need more, but it depends on like everyone's schedules.
Great. Good. Anybody have questions about how to become a member? I don't think it's up there, but another benefit is that you're eligible for the scholarship that we just announced. Cool.
So are there any questions about trip opportunities, membership, the scholarship, or any questions about NWB in general that you'd like answered? So you're here to answer any questions you have about NWB.
I have a question. Who's we're quarter ones here. Wow.
Yay.
Thanks for coming on, guys. So you had a question in the back?
Yeah. Are there any scholarship opportunities for more expensive trips?
Not at this time. We just instituted the scholarship for Mexico last week. We voted it in. That might be something that we could look into in the future, but right now we don't have the funds in order to provide that much support to students, but maybe in the future with lots of fundraising.
Can they apply for the SGA scholarships?
They can apply to the SGA scholarships, just not the NWB scholarships. I don't know all the technicalities of the SGA scholarship. You'd have to contact them, but I do know that they offer travel grants for when you go to conferences or some of these trips that are medically educated.
Just really quick, I've been funded through SGA for partly for the Haiti trip that I went on, and I think Bryce was also funded through SGA, right?
Yeah.
And then NMSA also has a travel grant. At the beginning of every month, you have 5 days to fill it out. So that's another way. A couple hundred, 200.
You also fundraise individually and then as a group, whoever's going. So, not all out of pocket.
How much did you have to pay out of pocket, Christian, for your Haiti trip? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I used what a lot of people are using, the GoFundMe. It's a website where you can ask people to donate through the website, or you can use PayPal. And through that, I think I raised the most of it, like 1,000 at least. And then Haiti would be about 1,300 total. And then through SGA, I got like 250. So then, I mean, out of pocket, you're paying a lot less.
Thanks. Any other questions?
so as many of you guys know, we've had a Duolingo contest. So Elizabeth is going to tell you a little bit about that contest and then announce the winner. And Will's going to help her.
I know there's some people, raise your hand if you were part of the Duolingo contest. You sent me your information. A couple of people are here. I don't know if our winners are here. I don't know some of them. But Duolingo is a really great online language learning program. It's free. You go to duolingo.com. There's also an app for your iPhone. Christian turned me onto it. It's really addicting, right?
Really
It's kind
good.
of like a game. It's like you move up the levels and earn points, and your language skills improve. There's like a medical Spanish level too, so that's kind of helpful. So if you hadn't heard about it, like bookmark it on your computer or something. Duolingo.com, Duolingo. But we held a contest starting last quarter to see who could get the most points and up the most levels in Spanish on Duolingo. So I'm going to have Will, our new cultural relations chair, announce
Sure.
winners.
Let's first tell them what the
Right.
prizes are. So the runner-ups get gift cards to El Jefe, which is a restaurant, Mexican restaurant, similar to Loco Patron, but they're really known for their tacos. So if you just Yelp it, you'll see like the 3 tacos. They look very, very good. So I'll just announce the runner-ups. Third place for level 5 was Brandy Griffith.
She's not here.
Intermediate? Not
No.
here, no.
And then second runner-up was Ara Avakian.
Is that our beginner?
Beginner, yeah.
Level?
Yeah,
Ara,
level
Ara,
6,
I'm
yeah.
not sure how to pronounce her name.
ARA.
ARA, yeah.
Not here.
Anybody know her? All right. Well, we'll have to email her.
And then advanced was Amalia, or Molly Heifer.
Amalia's not here.
She was here in the beginning to see if she wanted.
Oh,
I think
she
she
did
would've been
win.
here. Yeah.
Okay,
So
we'll
she
give
had
it
to
to
go to
her.
another meeting.
Great.
But that's awesome.
And then drum roll, right?
Yes.
So the prize is a trip fee waived. So the first scholarship.
Courtney Hawes.
We're here. Worked really hard. She was an intermediate speaker. Congratulations.
Steve, wait. Quarter 1, right? Quarter 1.
Spanish.
Awesome. And already can speak Spanish.
It's a lot of fun. I use it too for French. Christian uses it for Portuguese.
They've got like all the
Great.
I think 5 major or big languages.
Right now, yeah, German, Italian, Spanish, French, yeah.
So it doesn't just have to be Spanish, but learn Spanish because then you can be a little more effective at it.
Let's see.
So make sure you sign up for the next trip. I'm not sure. I mean, do we have anything nailed down for February yet or no? As far as trips go.
Not, it's tentatively February 15th, but we haven't, there's a lot of things going on with QE, midterms, and conferences and stuff.
Getting doctors. So they'll be sending out emails soon, I guess, for probably when the next trip signups will be. So make sure you sign up for that one. It's very exciting. So just also as far as those certificates go and the trip scholarships as well, you are going to make sure you have to sign up for those trips. It doesn't guarantee you a spot on that trip. Just because in choosing the trips, we have to make sure we have enough primaries, drivers, doctors, and we do have a first come, first serve for that. So if you do sign up for that one and you don't make it, make sure you sign up for the next one because they do give priority to waitlist members. All right, so if anybody has any,
Okay. Are we done? More or less? Right. Yes, exactly.
okay, that's fine.
So the gala, how many of you have heard of the gala that's coming up? There's some people who aren't raising their hands, right? So the gala is being organized by NMSA, ENACT, and NWB actually, and SGA, and Naturopathic Society. So the 5 major clubs at SCNM. We put money in to make this happen, and we want to make sure people go so that we can get our, at least our money back that we invested in it. But anyway, it's like the first major party that the students have had at SCNM in a really long time. And I feel like it was important for us to get involved with this so that people can see us, like our presence and visibility on campus, but also to help us raise money. Hopefully we can make money off of this and not lose some. But and also because the school morale has been kind of low recently, we thought that we needed a good party for us to just hang out with each other and upperclassmen and lowerclassmen. So $23.50. It's cheap, right? The flyers say $47, but it's because there's a discount for students. If you wanted to bring somebody, it's your date is also $23.50. So spread the word. Quarter 1s, tell your class. Quarter 2s, tell your class. I mean, I think everyone else has a board representative, so announce in your classes. But quarter 1s, please tell your friends to come. It's $23.50. It's cheap. You get appetizer, a drink, but I'm not supposed to say that, and
Dessert.
dessert and dancing, and it'll be fun. Yeah? Any questions about the gala?
How do you
Go-
buy a ticket?
There's an Eventbrite link, and it's been sent out several times.
Yeah.
There's flyers, but
Email.
it's been sent out a bunch of. Just go back into your emails, and there's a link for the Eventbrite, and do type in a code for student, and you get $23.50.
What's the deadline?
They say the 14th, but I think let's just say the 14th. January 14th. Buy your ticket by the 14th.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Is it?
Yes.
Buy it right now before you leave the show. I'm just kidding.
We'll post the link on our Facebook page, and if you have not liked our SCNM NWB Facebook page, I suggest that you go on Facebook and you like us. That's the best way to stay current on events. We just put little posts and blasts about what's going on. We'll have links to things like the gala. Also, we'll post when trip applications open. There will be a link in there. So sometimes your email gets swamped, but you can always check our Facebook page with the most up-to-date information about what's going on.
So raise your hand if you think you might go to the gala and hang out with us.
Everybody raise their hand.
Everyone raise their hand.
Our next meeting is the 27th. Next Monday we have off, so the following Monday is the post-trip meeting, and we're going to do case analysis. So
My birthday
some
too.
of the patients around this room, right? This time.
Yeah, this time in this room, and it's a case review from Rocky Point.
Do any of the board members have announcements or anything they want to say at this point to the general membership? If not, then if there's any questions also, you can hang out for the rest of the time here and ask us questions one-on-one if you like.
I'll do announcements of
Okay,
the last quarter ones. If anyone is interested or has a knack for organizing and is not overwhelmed by massive amounts of clutter, you should probably come talk to me and get on the donations committee, just so I know ahead of time like who's really interested. So we have these donation parties, and sometimes there's snacks and we bring computers to update inventory, but the more people there is, the faster it goes. So if there's only like me and Tanya, it's gonna take us all day, and that's not much fun. So tell all of your friends that like to organize or have OCD problems, and I'll put you on the list for the donations committee.
And you get membership if you have that.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Johanna, do you want to close?
Sorry, what?
Do you want to close? We're done?
We are adjourned.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you tell her? You just need to I need to talk to Dr. Sean. Okay.
I'm gonna log out of this because I'm sure it's in mine.